Miserable rat. I told you what would happen if you reported me. I warned you.
Please, you gave me no choice.
Please? It's too late for that, Rapallo. Guess what happens next? I told you what would happen.
I'll prove you wrong. Oh, the killer got another one.
Who that was. Did I imagine that? No, I'm sure.
Without limits, the Abbeys at war.
Move along. We're conducting a search for heretical artifacts.
What? Here? Listen, I only need
This
to...
area is restricted on the authority of the Abbey. No one is allowed inside.
From the seven strictures themselves. A wanderer is a friend to the outsider. Never doubt that. A young girl came to me on the 14th day of the month of harvest.
Dig deep, brother.
I will never
Remember that
forget
the profane
her words.
seeks to hide itself.
She looked up at me and asked what shrines to the outsider could be
You know
found
not the mind of the deviant or their thoughts.
I've seen cities go bad before. Smelled the rot. So have you. 15 years ago in Dunwall. Did you miss it? That year that made you who you are? Don't deny it. Rats in the cradle, black smoke rising from burning bodies, an entire city crying out. Now it's happening again. Welcome back. Welcome home. People like you and the Crown Killer are part of places like this.
Somebody's seen something. Now we're all on edge.
In our mightiest enclaves. And sometimes it is told around campfires during our most remote pilgrimages. It is the sorry story of a man, most high within the Abbey, who was banished during the rat plague. His name may not be spoken, and all written record of his existence has been erased.
I was thinking of heading to my uncle's farm near Sagunto. You can breathe there.
Bear the heretic's brand across the flesh of his face. How? We'll know. Of the rat risk drifting through the void. All the remaining years until the world is swallowed itself by the void, and all manner of things are destroyed. Set a table for your family that will keep them safe. Lay out a meal that would cause you no shame should your neighbor come to sup with you. The Abbey will not allow the shadows of the void to fall upon you. We will brandish the light or the flame as we must to keep our charges from everlasting pain and suffering. To prevent even one among us from wandering through that endless night.
More Grand Guard soldiers. Lapdogs for the Duke.
Something's happened, they say. Not safe, they say. I got news for them. It ain't never safe for the likes of me.
Like I ain't got enough to worry about. Now they say there's someone on the prowl.
fight?
I lost him.
Come on! I don't have time for games. Come out, wherever you are!
What was that?
What? Shit! Somebody's down!
What? Somebody's not feeling well.
Sometimes I think she's deaf on
Help me! Someone! Anyone!
Fellow Circonans, in the Duke's absence, I have the following announcement. This year's
Someone needs to be taught some manners.
in recent memory, not disturb it. Any attempt to practice the funeral rites of the Abbey of the Everyman will be punished severely. Contact the Grand Circonan Guard at once. The guardsmen on site will handle the situation and determine whether any fines are appropriate.
Welcome back. Let's see. I have some upgrade plans for your gear. This is what I have for upgrading your equipment. You won't regret it.
I have something that might interest you. My name's Mindy Blanchard, and that mask tells me you're someone who goes into places where you don't belong. Want to help me with something? You scratch my ass, I'll scratch yours.
I need to get to Addermeyer Institute. Can you help?
Yeah, I know how to do that. You go get a body for me, and I'll help you with your problem. Don't worry, he's already dead.
You want me to bring you a corpse? What's the story there?
The overseers are holding him at their outpost. They think he was a kind of a witch. I want the body for reasons of my own. Sneak in and take it, then meet me in the old basement below the dentist office near there.
I'll consider it.
Just once I'd like to see her by the guts. Just one time. Is it too much to ask?
Up alongside. Look sharp, we're in for a ride.
Everyone's gotta die, yeah. But please.
Huh?
Someone is asking for trouble over there. That's it! Let's go! Back from... You won't get away!
This is not news to those of you living through these times, but the source of your suffering might not be plain to you. From the Abbey of the Everyman, those bleeding city would gamble with all that we have built, with your very families. If the Abbey is pushed away, anarchy will befall this city. A chaos not seen since the time of the Great Burning. Karnaca has but one chance to save itself, and that is to return to the fold, to take solace once again in the litany on the White Cliff. There is a tale. Sometimes this tale is told within our mightiest and sometimes it is told around campfires during our most remote pilgrimages. It is the sorry story of a man most high within the Abbey who was banished during the Rat Plague. His name may not be spoken, and all written record of his existence
Can't let him get away! Keep your eyes peeled! Be on your guard, right, boys? You think... Still around? Come on, show yourself. We're all waiting for you.
What? How did you do that? If that was who I think it was.
Of all those who lived around her, all of you. We harden ourselves to the cries of the apostate, to the heretics, and in doing so, we save countless others from the horrible discord that awaits them beyond death. There is a tale, a decade and a half old, a tale most often shared from overseer to overseer, apart from the flocks entrusted to our care. Apart from those we give our lives to both chastise and protect. Sometimes, this tale is told within our mightiest enclaves. And sometimes, it is told around campfires during our most remote pilgrimages. It is the sorry story of a man, most high within the Abbey, who was banished during the Rat Plague. His name may not be spoken, and all written record of his existence has been erased, so grave were his errors. To fall from the pinnacle of discipline to the muddiest ditch of disgrace, that is his tale. To once wear the cloth of the high overseer, and to later bear the heretic's brand across the flesh of
I have the
his face.
following announcement.
How did this come to
As a
pass,
response
brothers
to
and
violent
sisters?
crime and foreign interference
Look
in our
to the
affairs,
7 scriptures,
travel between districts
and
is
you
restricted
will
to
know.
those carrying the appropriate permits, including
Karnaca
citizens
is in
moving
great
between
peril,
home and
brothers
work.
and sisters. And this is
Any
not
attempts
news
to
to
hinder
those
the
of you
Grand
living
Guard
through
in their
these times of
enforcement
crisis.
duties will be met
But the
with
source of your
exercise of
suffering
force.
might not be
Any
plain to
complaints
you.
as to the behavior of the
Karnaca
Grand Guard
has
should
turned
be addressed to
away
the
from
nearest
the
guardsman.
Abbey of the Everyman. Those leading the city would gamble with all that we have, with your very families. If the Abbey is pushed away, anarchy will be befall this city. A chaos not seen since the time of the Great Burning. Karnaca has but one chance to save itself, and the Abbey will not allow the shadows of the Void to fall upon you. We bandit the light. Pain and suffering to prevent even one among us from wandering through that endless night, a time without end.
Full day's work. That's a laugh. How would you know what a full day's work looks like?
The peace of non-fear. Only those who turn from the 7 strictures risk an endless existence, adrift in the void, the dark sky without stars, the cold, lifeless ocean that surrounds us all and threatens to devour the earth and sky and all things in between. Trust in the Abbey, my friends. Trust in the Abbey. Say to the flesh that is familiar, that of the fowl and sheep, the ox and fish from the cold ocean. Those who taste the flesh of the rat risk drifting through the void for all the remaining hours of all the remaining years, until the world is swallowed itself by the void, and all manner of things are destroyed. A glittering thing. Set a table for your family that will keep them safe. Lay out a meal that would cause you no shame should your neighbor come to sup with you. Let not the wanderer into your home, friends. Avoid the stranger, for their time to sink roots into the bedrock of the community has passed. Those who wander are untethered by family and neighbors for reasons tested and true. It is oft because they have turned their backs on tradition and on the 7 strictures themselves. A wanderer is a friend to the outsider. Never doubt that. Karnaca is in great peril, brothers and sisters. Now, this is not news to those of you living through these times of crisis, but the source of your suffering might not be plain to you. Karnaca has turned away from the Abbey of the Everyman.
That is what
those leading this city would gamble with all that we have built, with your very families. If the Abbey is pushed away, anarchy will befall this city. A chaos not seen since the time of the Great Burning. Karnaca has but one chance to save itself, and that is to return to the fold, to take solace once again in the litany of
Sometimes
the White
I wonder
Cliff.
if it wouldn't be better to craft the music boxes at each enclave.
A
Here
young
in the
girl
city,
came to me on the 14th
Instead,
day
they're
of the
made in a
month
few
of harvest.
locations, kept from
I will
us,
never
and shipped
forget
out.
her words.
It seems dangerous.
She
Far
looked up
worse
at
to
me
have the knowledge and
and
construction
asked
materials
what
scattered across the
shrines
aisles.
to the outsider
The metals
could
used
be
to make the
found
devices are
across the
unusually rare.
aisles.
The techniques
She
if applied by
reflected with
anyone
innocence
but the most
beneath
faithful,
it I saw
resolute
guile.
overseers.
My suspicions arose at once,
I
and I
suppose her
questioned
body
her
is
sharply.
It grieves me to
Until
imagine
she
what cultists
confessed
might
the
become
claim
situation if they took the
We'll
music
wait for the
boxes
vice overseer.
Where are you? Each day for a week, she crept back to that place, and there in the cellar, she found cloths of purple and red, suspended from the walls, and a wretched altar of candles burned low. Some small trinkets of bone, and a few coins left by those within the outsider's wicked cabal. Those cursed figures who hunch and just outside the lights of our city, whose faces we do not recognize, and whose voices are strange to us. But was taken from her home the next night, locked in a cage of iron, and toppled into the canal. Her corruption was eradicated for the safety of all those who lived around her, all of you. We harden ourselves to the cries of the apostate, to the heretic, and in doing so, we save countless others from the horrible discord that awaits them beyond.
The body Mindy sent me after.
There is a tale, a decade and a half old. A tale most often shared from overseer to overseer, apart from the flocks entrusted to our care, apart from those we give our lives to both chastise and protect. Sometimes this tale is told within our mightiest enclaves, and sometimes it is told around campfires during our most remote pilgrimages. It is the sorry story of a man, most high within the Abbey, who was banished during... were his errors. To fall from the pinnacle of discipline to the muddiest ditch of disgrace, that is his tale. To once wear the cloth of the high overseer, and to later bear the heretic's brand across the flesh of his face. How did this come to pass, brothers and sisters? Look to the 7 scriptures, and you will know. I say this now to all the faithful in our society. Your allegiance should be first and most fiercely to your family, to your neighbors, and to the Abbey of the Everyman.
What's going on here? You hear someone over there.
That's
What was
not
that?
right. Someone.
But pictures.
What?
Come on, let's have a fair fight.
Come on.
I don't want to die.
Hurry up. Hey, you got him. Put it down in the hole. Put it down. Good job. Take this.
You said you had a trick for getting closer to Adamire.
I just sent one of my boys to turn off the power to the carriage rails. When the juice is off, you can walk along the rails and get where you need to go. On the other side, there's a station that will take you to Adamire.
All right, then. This is goodbye.
Maybe I should have it looked at. I don't think it's supposed to fester like that. Well, a little pus is all right, but this?
What do you call this racket?
Even the familiar parts of the city are starting to feel dodgy.
So let's see.
No way
What
to live.
was it?
I thought I saw someone right here. Looking for a
My
fight?
luck,
Where do you think you're
I don't
going?
want to get away!
Killer.
Let's see what you...
Use running!
I'll cure the world.
Let's finish him! Let me demonstrate how I earned...
You hide your fate.